Hi, it's Mr. Mabry, and we're going to take some notes on the circulatory and respiratory system. Now, I don't have a note sheet already prepared for you, so this is going to be a lot of drawing and taking bulleted notes. So let's get going. After you've titled your page Circulatory and Respiratory System Notes, we're going to write down our goal, which is to maintain, there's that word again, homeostasis, by transporting nutrients and oxygen to the cells and removing waste and carbon dioxide. Now, I know you're thinking, why is there a goofy elephant on a beach ball? And because elephant on a beach ball reminds us that homeostasis is about balance. Remember, the goal of the digestive system was also about homeostasis. And every other part of a cell, we talked about homeostasis. So remember, ultimately, it's about keeping the body happy and healthy. And with the, that's how we spell healthy. There it is. And the way that the circulatory system does it, I would sum up in one word as this word right here, transportation. And if I had a highlighter, I would highlight this. I do have a highlighter. Yes, transportation. Let's highlight that word in your notes. The way that I like to remember the circulatory system is by thinking of an interstate system or a big city. Kansas City needs to get all the food, all of the supplies that all the citizens need by an interstate system. And in the same way, your body has this interstate system full of arteries and veins to supply all of the cells with everything they need. So let's turn our eyes to the key of the transportation system of your body, which is the heart. Here are some fast facts on your heart. Your heart is pure muscle. It is 1 pound, and it's only about the size of your fist, which is also the size of your stomach, which is sort of cool. Now, most people, when they, pledge allegiance, they, here we go, pledge allegiance on the left side of your body. Wrong. Your heart is actually in the center of your chest because it's protected by the sternum or the breastbone right here. So all those people that pledge allegiance over here, shame on you. It's really over here in the middle. Now, what's really cool about our heart is we are birds and mammals. We are right over here. And I know you're thinking, oh my gosh, do I have to draw these pictures? And if I were you, why don't you draw a picture in your notes? Let's get our pen back out. Why don't you just draw a little circle right here and draw like a little funky this thing. Go ahead and trace that funky thing in and write down the word fish. And then we're going to write down 2 for 2 chambers. And then why don't you go ahead and draw what looks like a heart right here, and then just subdivide it into these 3 chambers. And then this is pretty easy, just like loop and a loop. And this is the heart of an amphibian and some reptiles. And notice, this is pretty basic. It's just like out and back, blood flowing through all these veins and vessels. Where here, what's fancy is, notice it's a lot stronger, so you can send the blood faster and more efficiently with a 3-chambered heart. But the problem is, see how it mixes right here, all this purple stuff? That's no good, because when your oxygen and carbon dioxide mix, your cells are getting a mixture of oxygen and carbon dioxide, which isn't what they want. Your cells run on oxygen. So here's the superior birds and mammals heart right here. Here's our heart shape, and see how it's got this nice dividing wall called the septum, and all of our deoxygenated blood is over here, all our oxygenated blood is over here, and so we cleanly separate the two, so we have the most advanced and fancy heart. Yay, birds and mammals, go us. So I do want these pictures drawn. They don't spend a lot of time on them, and know that fish have 2, amphibians have 3, and we are awesome with 4-chambered hearts. Now, here's another drawing we're going to need to do. Take your time with this one. Go ahead and pause the video, and if you can, when you come back to the video, try to get some blue and red colored pencils, because we're going to trace the flow of blood through the heart. So go ahead and pause it and come back when you're done. Okay, I'm assuming you've got this picture drawn. Let's take a journey through the heart. So here we have the vena cava right here. Can I get blue? Let's see. Ink color, yes, blue. Okay, so here's the vena cava right here. We're coming up and we're coming down. You know what? This blue stinks. Let's get what's going to stand out. Let's do black. Here we go. Okay, so what you're going to want is next to your drawing, you're going to want these steps along the way, and we're going to take you step by step. First, the vena cava. Here's the vena cava right here. And this is the largest vein in your body. It's bringing all your blood up from the bottom half of your body, and this is the vena cava, bringing your blood from all the way down. And it's filling your right atrium, which is this area right here. And then there's these little valves that open and fills up the right ventricle right here. And the way I like to do it, I'm going to move the video to my heart, and I'm going to encourage you to do the same thing. Is you take your hand and you're like, okay, so here's my heart. So the vena cava, blood's flowing up here to the vena cava. It's up here on the right side of my chest. And then the valve opens, and now we're down here in the there it is, the right ventricle, and now it's going to get squeezed. It's going to compress. So you squeeze it, squeeze it, and then it's going to go shoom, and it's going to shoot out, and it's going to shoot out here to the lungs. Shoom to the lungs. And why is it going to the lungs? Let's go to our next slide. It's going to the lungs to get oxygen. And so it's getting oxygen, then it's going to go shoom back from the lungs into number 4 right here, our left atrium. And then the left atrium is going to fill up, and then these valves are going to open. It's going to fall down. And it falls down to the left ventricle, and then just like the ventricle over here, okay, and it's going to fill here inside this ventricle, and then it's going to squeeze again, squeeze, and then boom, it shoots out throughout the whole body, called the artery known as the aorta. So if we were to act this out, so we went to the lungs, we went shoom out to the lungs, we get oxygen, and then goes shoom back to the left side of our body with the left atrium in. We open the valve, fills up the ventricle, then it squeezes, and then goes all throughout our body. Awesome! And we got blood throughout our whole body. Now, what you don't know from these notes, and you're going to put a little star. I'm going to put a star with my funny-looking purple. No, let's do green. I'm going to put a little star right here. Yay, left ventricle, you are super special because you are huge compared to the other 4 compartments, because that left ventricle has to squeeze so hard that blood can go all the way down to your toes and all the way back to your heart all in one beat. So it's got to be super muscular compared to the rest of these here. So that's something that's really unique about your heart. Well, this is going to conclude part 1 of our notes. When you come back for part 2, we're going to learn about the arteries and veins that take all that blood from your heart and take them to your fingers and your toes and your eyes and ears and your mouth and back to your heart again. So stay tuned for part 2.